So when you're in the position that All Elite Wrestling is in, where you're negotiating a new TV deal with Time Warner, you're going to pull out all the stops to increase ratings. Now, part of pulling out all those stops is to try to sell what happens in the ring to the mainstream. So what we had in this case is we had Tony Kahn, who is the owner, president, CEO, head booker of All Elite Wrestling, get involved in a segment on AEW Dynamite Wednesday night where he took a TK driver from the Elite, which is the Young Bucks, Kazuchika Okada, and now evidently Jack Perry. He took a TK driver, which is basically a pile driver off the top rope. And he sold the injury. He sold it like it was a major neck injury. In fact, he sold it so well, he continued on selling that injury backstage at that show Wednesday night when there was no cameras rolling and really nobody around. So some people, some wrestling fans, some in the mainstream media were wondering, so is he going to continue to sell this injury Thursday night at the draft? Well, Awful Announcing picked up on this. Yes, Tony Khan sold his kayfabe wrestling injury in the Jaguars draft room. Here's the picture with his dad sitting behind him. So just before Jacksonville selected LSU wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. with the number 23 overall pick, the NFL Network's broadcast of the event cut to the Jaguars war room. There you could see the younger Kahn sitting beside his father and head coach Doug Peterson donning a foam neck brace as a result of the Elite's heinous attack a night earlier. Now, this is Rich Eisen from the NFL Network. Quote, Tony Khan becomes the first ever NFL executive in a draft room shaking off the effects of a pile driver he received on national television in a wrestling ring the other night. Such is life when you mix AEW and the NFL. Tony Khan, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. In fact, here's the post over on X from Awful Announcing.
Jacksonville Jaguars were on the clock, 17th overall, but they traded down as Tony Kahn becomes the first ever NFL executive in a draft room, shaking off the effects of a pile driver he received on national television in a wrestling ring the night before. Such is life when you mix AEW and the NFL. Tony Kahn, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there.
Now, you can hear the laughing in the background, which is great. I mean, I guess kayfabe is alive in 2024. Pat McAfee, who, by the way, also works for the WWE, and the WWE, now that Vince McMahon's gone, has been a little bit more lax in mentioning things from other promotions. Well, Pat McAfee had something to say.
Last thing we need is for him to look like Tony Khan, who took a Meltzer driver. Just the other night, Wednesday night, he took a Meltzer driver, I do believe.
That's right.
Guy's got a broken neck, and he's battling through so he can pick up Brian Thomas Jr., and that mustache is never not going to be sweet. And Doug Peterson's 3 seats away going, the fuck is going on? Back to Trevor Lawrence, though.
So, there you have Pat McAfee. I mean, like I said earlier, if you're a wrestling company and you're negotiating a TV deal with your current network that you're producing programming for, you're going to pull out all the stops. And this, my friends, is pulling out all the stops. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I mean, I think this is hilarious. And I think, even though I did not really like the segment, I get it. You got to do what you got to do to draw eyeballs to your product. And I'll say it again, Kayfabe is alive and well in 2024. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. What do you think about Tony Kahn going all in on his injuries sustained the night prior to the draft on All Elite Wrestling Dynamite? While you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. With that, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.